Today we are going to make a beautiful, well, I call it the meadow section, using a whole bunch of fun technique like stencils, homemade stencils, by me of course, negative stencils, that's just really plants, and well, some other non-stencil based techniques actually, but they are all easy and fun and you won't believe how it turns out at the end. Welcome back to our creative community. What are we up to today? But before I start, I want to say a huge, massive thank you for all your love and comments for this unusual painting. You really enjoyed it. I am so glad. And for the latest one as well. I think it's a very cute one. I found a longer canvas for today. So many of you were interested in different stencils, so I've ordered a bunch. However, they haven't come yet, so I'll be left to my own devices. These are the ones I used, will be perfect for the background. I've been so encouraged by all the stencil craziness that I think maybe I'll just make my own because I can see so many opportunities. We are starting with the background. I'm basically going to apply colors randomly. Sprayed a little bit of water. Let's use different brushes for different colors. I'm picking colors I like. No white though, no white. I'm so tempted to actually use my hands, you know. So what do I have? I've got Wedgwood, I've got turquoise, blue, gold, as you can see. And what else? Oh yeah, burnt umber. I said I'm going to have a different brush for different colors, but look at that. I didn't do it. Not sure if I want so much dark. Why am I adding gold? Because gold will give us some very nice shimmer later on. Easy, huh? Oh, brand new. What do I have? Brand new paint. Ha! Indigo. Fabulous color. I did end up actually using my fingers. I don't know, I'm kind of enjoying it. Try and expose some of the stencil in the background. It's going to be very faint. I don't have to make it so light, but look how pretty. Let's do some more. I could even smear it with a different color. That's another option. So I could, I don't know, let's see what happens if I put some gold on it. Not going to be much. It's going to probably shimmer a bit. Yay! Oh, look at this. I've never used this one yet. So. And that will do. I don't think I want anything else at the moment. So now, before I put them away, I'm going to spray some more water. Yeah, let's leave it like this. I've decided to sprinkle some poured acrylics here. I sprinkled my radiator by accident. Some gold splatter. You know how I love plants, real plants actually, I do. So I went for a walk and I did something similar to what you watched me in the big bouquet episode. I picked the plants, then I ironed them to make them a bit flat. So now when I position them on my painting, I can actually stay in place because I do want to spray the canvas. So I am going to make an arrangement. Yeah, liking everything here. Basically want to spray the top part more than the bottom, definitely. I even found these. However, I was not too successful with ironing these, you can see that. I was saying 2 weeks ago that I didn't have negative stencils apart from the one that I had, so I ordered some more. It's not enough for the whole thing. I've got this one as well. There's only one huge problem with those stencils. I had to cut the edge off because I absolutely hate them. I can't imagine spraying the edges and just having them like this. It's fine for maybe a little card. And so now it's super flimsy. I don't think they really thought about people using it for different purposes other than just a little, you know, notebook card. So I've got something that I will fiddle with, but I'm going to go outside and use spray paint. Now, I was complaining about some of my spray cans, that the nozzles, they really malfunction. I probably will have to go back to the shop, maybe get a replacement or something, because they're super annoying. So I bought some more. This is a completely different make. I've never seen it before. High coverage spray paint. Apparently it's very powerful. It actually says shake for 3 minutes. Woohoo! So let me shake. I'll be shaking here. Taped it down so it doesn't fly away. As I said, I've never used it. The instruction is insane. I've got a magnifying glass. Who on earth can read this? I'm back. Let's see what I managed to achieve. So far, the blue paint was exquisite. Honestly, no, I'm not sponsored by them at all. I've never seen them, but so far it was amazing. The difference in the pressure. Never had a pan like this, so I'll keep you updated if something goes wrong. Okay, yeah, this is fun. Oh, look at the gorgeous shadow. Oh, this one, nice. How about the daisy? Yeah, I do have a daisy. Beautiful. Ooh. Tell me this is not awesome. So I've got a really beautiful background. The red spot is my favorite, this section. I think what's really nice is that we managed to achieve some depth without any glazing, any more paint, nothing. At this stage, I am ready to create some 3D flowers to add to the depth here. I can't believe that those daisies, they look so good in the distance, don't they? Even this one, I can tell that's a daisy. Anyway, I was looking for some suitable stems, and that's the closest I found. I'll block off every one I don't want. I covered some of the leaves that I didn't like. Now, oopsie daisy. I'm going to mix my super heavy gesso with paint on this mat. Gesso is very white, so I know it's going to be much lighter than any of the actual paints. Let's try. I don't know how much I will need. They'll be quite light. Phthalo blue to the rescue. Now, on the other hand, I don't want it to look like the background itself, but I'm liking this more. Okay. Pale green. Because there's some gold in the background, I can safely add gold here. This is the darker lot. I'm adding burnt umber here. Oh, it's like buttering a slice of bread. I think I'm ready to take it off. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Very happy with this. As you can see, I taped more because I don't want them to look identical. I flipped it over as well. Oh, loving this. Overlapping. That's really nice. Great. I am taking advantage of the fact that the left side is completely dry. I mixed a different tone of green. I added some blue and burnt umber. Oh, I do have these actually still lying here. I'm adding a couple here as well for good measure. I taped some sections down because I don't want them to be covered completely. I'm using a clay tool, a silicone clay shaper. I will probably say that the stems are complete. Okay. Now, when I was talking about stencils during my last stencil episode, I think I mentioned that I really wanted to create some daisies. And I looked online on various stencils and there was nothing suitable, and also I didn't want to wait. So I made these myself. I'm going to show you how. Do you know what I did in the end? Because of course this is only card, so I covered it with some Mod Podge, hopefully reinforcing the paper. I've ordered a stencil that just came now, but I must say I'm not too happy with this. I wanted them individually, so I suppose I could use this as a kind of a dying one with some fallen off petals. At least I'll have two that I can utilize. So, and they're, strangely enough, they're similar size, you know. This is the first one I'm going to do. As you can see, I covered all the neighboring areas because I don't want to mess them up. All I want is this one. I did not add any white paint at all. I'm trying to hold it flat. Uh-oh, did I mess it up? Whoa, they are so thick. Ah, okay, fine. I'm fine with this. Now I am going to type my one down. Ready, steady, go. The one thing that I will not be getting is the midsection here, but I'm going to make those dots myself. Yay! Yay, perfect. Brush not completely soaked, but oh yeah, look. I can smooth them out, I can make some stripy patterns. I was about to finish, but then I thought maybe I'll need something here to balance it off, and I found this little stencil that I had before. Kind of wondering if it's not too runny, hopefully not. Okay. Oh. I smooth it out with a wet brush like I did with the other ones. I mixed Naples yellow. It was so incredibly thick. It's like I could dig in it. It's so thick. And I mixed it with gesso. And now I'm going to fill up the midsections. Maybe I'll flatten it and later on I'll add some dots. Okay, something like this. Okay, I'll spread it as much as I can, and then I can make some marks later on. Filling up the big one. I'm thinking that I probably should wait for the first layer to dry and then add some more. I don't know. I would like to see some darker shadows to finish it off, but because I've got so many leaves and stems, it's going to be quicker if I pour some acrylics over. However, I do have my poured acrylics in the jars, but I'm going to water them down. So I have a little bit of bronze. I might use a bit of gold as well, because we do have some gold shimmer in places. I remember that 2 weeks ago I used this in my background and I love the effect because this is iridescent paint. I basically go in between the stems and the leaves, adding this nice dark, let's call it dark blue. I found this particular method, I did mention her before, the artist, her name is the Gillette Cox. As you can see, I'm much more careful here. And I don't have to worry too much because it's so wet, it's not going to get dry on me. I'm not freaking out. You can't be afraid when you do that. I'm just hoping for the best. Okay, now I'm spraying some water. Okay. You see what's happening? Oh, but I love the effect. I'm basically flooding the canvas with this. I absolutely love the effect. You can also blow in sections. The randomness is what makes it really beautiful with this technique, and I think it's actually a perfect technique for a control freak like me. It dried gorgeous. Can you see the blue shimmer? From here you can't at all, but then we have the bronze, the gold, and the iridescent blue. Add a couple of lines closer to the midsection to even darken them a little bit. Other yellow deep with Naples yellow, with white, touch of gold, basically small amount of burnt sienna to make those look a little bit more 3D. They are 3D anyway, naturally now. You know, I always enjoy the finishing touches the most, so you have to forgive me if I take forever. Just, yeah, consider it finished. Well, there we are. Please let me know what you think of this one in the comments. If you like the video, I would be so grateful if you click the like button, maybe send an emoji. It does help the algorithms a lot, and of course it helps me create more free content for you. And don't forget to check out my Patreon for extended versions of my tutorials. And if you want to own this piece or any other piece of mine, head over to my website abcreativeofficial.com to find it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all next week. Bye bye.